As a homeschool mom, I like to have a really cute homeschool planner, but so often those homeschool planners can come with such a hefty price tag. So I end up making my own homeschool planner, but it just sits on my computer after I've printed it, and it just doesn't go anywhere. So that's why I like to share this with you guys. Last year I shared a homeschool planner with you all that I had created, and this year I'm gonna share this one with you all too. This one's a little bit different, and it's a little bit more complete than last year was. Last year I had created one, and it just had for me to write down our daily plans that we did each day. I used notebook paper. For me, that was the best option last year that I'd come up with, but this year I've come up with a little bit different layout. So for those of you that didn't see last year's video, this is just a simple 1.5 inch 3-ring binder. I just got a design that I liked, and this is where I keep all of my homeschool planner items in. It's plenty of room for me throughout the year. So let me show you what the actual the layout looks like and what the design looks like. So I'm just sitting on the floor here in our homeschool room / office, so that's why you can see the floor down here. But basically what I have in here is I just have simple notebook dividers. I'm sorry, I drink coffee and snack and things like that while I'm setting up my stuff, so you'll see it's been through some things over the time. But anyway, the way I have it set it up is I have my first section is attendance, my next section is calendar, my next section after that is week at a glance, and my last section in here is lists. And so in my attendance section, the way the attendance section is set up is I have each month up here. Now on mine, since I was able to make it for myself, this one is black and it has white letters, the initials for each child. On the one that I have on my blog, these blocks are left white so that you can enter in your child's initials. So this is where you'd put your child's initials. On here also, since I was able to make my own, I shaded in each week that we have off of school. I shaded in the weeks off that we have planned. And the good thing about this is you can always change that. Like I could go ahead and check these boxes if we end up moving our vacation time over to somewhere else. So I can still end up using these boxes, but this just kind of helps me figure out where the next place to check is. Let's say we've had a week off and my brain just isn't catching up with the time, you know. So whenever you start on your homeschool planner, what you could do is you could just take a pencil or a colored pencil or anything and just kind of lightly shade in whatever areas you have off of school. So that's what I have going on in this section, and you can see the months are up top. The days are down the side, so you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way down to 31, and then it goes over, and then it'll tell you, like some of these months, like here, there is no 31st day of this month, so that's why there's no days here. The same for these. So this is what month is this? This is February, so this is a short month, so that's why these days are blank, and then it jumps right back up here. So that's kind of how you can keep. So this is your attendance log here. The next section in my planner, everything else is the other way, is the school calendar. And with this, I have a little key down here, and you take your colored pencil and you shade it in the colors that you'd like, and then you design it so that you know when your breaks are and when to do your progress reports. In our state, we have to have 2 progress reports each year, so I have those penciled in when I need to have those completed, and our first and last day of school, all that good stuff. Then the next section is all the months. So you'll see each month has a really fun font up there. I did it in black and white this year instead of color because I don't have a color printer, and I know a lot of people don't have a color printer, and anytime I've ever made color prints, I go ahead and print them at Staples because it's just cheaper than, I don't know, it's just cheaper. It works out cheaper for me. But this year I went ahead and just did black ink so I could just print it at home completely for free for myself. And so I know this might help a lot of you ladies that are and gentlemen that have a black printer instead of a color printer. So this is how the layouts look. And on like the months that have the extra days, I just have a little line kind of separating those months. So if you, and also now whenever I'm doing my planner, what I do is, let's say that, okay, so this I always need my school calendar. Let's say that we are in February. I take a paper clip and I paper clip here, and then that way I can jump right back to February and see what's planned and still jump right back up to the front of the year. Now we haven't started our school year yet, so that's why I don't have any paper clips in here yet, but normally I would have a paper clip so that it's just a quick, easy turn. The next section that I have is my week at a glance section. So how this works is you're gonna write your child's name up here in the top, and then week of 2. So you would write, you know, let's say it's, what is it? What's this week? So today's July 1st. So it'd be July 2nd to July 6th, or whatever, the 5-day week. And then you would write down all the things that they did for math, just a quick thing, reading. These are the things that most everybody uses. And then down here is other, and you could kind of fill in whatever you wanted to there. Now, the same with these, the same that I do with my calendar section, I do the same thing here. So I have these little bitty things in between each of my child's sections, because I have 3 kids. So I have these little things that I just got from something else that I had purchased that I never used. But what I end up doing is I take a paper clip here and I paper clip it to the end. So let's say that we're in the middle of the year. This would be paper clipped to the divider. So when I pull this page, it would flip immediately to the week we're on. This section would have a paper clip to my next child's day, current day. So then whenever I write down whatever they're doing, I can immediately flip to the next kid. This would be connected to my last child with a paper clip. So I can write down whatever my middle child's doing and then flip immediately to my youngest child. You see how like it's easy to do that with the paper clips? So that's how I do that. My last section is where I keep all of my school supply list, and I have the actual days that I need it. The way that our curriculum is it kind of tells you in advance everything you need in the exact days that you'll need them. So I have those things written down, and what I do is I go ahead and each week when I'm going grocery shopping, I'll go ahead and look at what I need for that week or the following week. And also it's good to just know the whole first quarter, the first 90 days, because if you see something on sale, let's say that I need cheesecloth, I don't know, and then I see cheesecloth is on clearance at the grocery store or something, but I see it a lot in advance, I can go ahead and grab that up really quick because I know that I'll need it on day 28. So that's why I like to go ahead and write down everything that I need for the entire year. If I see something that's on clearance or something like that I know that I'll need for school, it's just a great way for me to keep up with those things. The other thing that's not in here that I normally keep in here is my field trip ideas is another thing that I keep in my list section. So with those things, everything that I can think of with my curriculum, I go ahead and write down anything that might be pertaining to that would be a fun field trip for the kids. I write it all down on a little sheet of paper and I put hole punches in it and keep it in this section. And then that way throughout the year, I can kind of move some things around, figure out when the good time to put those field trips into action would be or when to set them up. So that's another thing that I keep back here in the lists. Anything that I need to keep lists of to remind myself, I'm somebody who needs a lot of notes, that's what I keep back here. So that's how I have this set up, that's how I use it. And I hope that you guys love the homeschool planner this year. If you have any questions about it, feel free to leave any comments down in the comment section below. And please like the video if this has helped you at all, and feel free to subscribe. I'll be coming out with more free things and tips and things like that. So make sure to subscribe. Thanks. Have a great day. Happy schooling.